Hi everybody, if you've got a Steam Deck, one of the questions you may well be asking is, can you install Nexus mods on your Steam Deck for games such as Cyberpunk and in this case Stalker 2, which I'm going to be showing you here? And the answer is yes, you can. But as far as I'm aware, you can't use the Nexus Mod Manager. And the Nexus Mod Manager is the app that you download that can handle activating and deactivating and updating your mods. So you could do everything manually. Now, it will help if you've used manual mods before in modding. So, for example, with Stalker 2, if you've got it installed on a gaming PC, and you've had to go installing mods manually, then that will help. But what we'll do is I'm just going to give you the pointers in the right direction. So what you want to do is go over to Nexus mods, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to the Stalker 2 mods here as well. But all of this applies just as much as it would to things like Cyberpunk and things like that. And then most of the time, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be picking the mod that you want. Say you want this particular mod. And then you're going to be, in fact, let me use the pad first, and what you want to do is you want to read through the mod description just to make sure everything's clear about it, and you want to read through the posts as well, the latest posts, to make sure there's no problems. Often what you'll find with mods is that they're only being written by one person, and if the game gets updated and that update breaks their mod, they need time to be able to fix it, if they are ever going to fix it. So if you go to the posts and there's loads of people saying, this doesn't work anymore, chances are it's not going to work for you. But when you're happy with the description and you're happy it seems to be working, you go to the files, and where if you would normally be using Vortex, you would be using... instead of using Vortex, you use the manual download option. Now, I should have explained to start off with, I'm in desktop mode here on my Steam Deck. You don't do this in gaming mode. So you press the Steam button, go to power and switch to the desktop mode. And then what you do is you then do a manual download for the mod you particularly want. Now, you make sure you've read the description on how to install it. With Stalker 2 mods at the moment, most of them are based around having more stamina, having less things weigh less, and they're kind of messing around with integers or values within the game. They're not very complicated, so they're really, really easy to install. So you would do a manual download, and then you would then go to, here we go, let's find where that is. So you would then go to your download section, find where it's downloaded, say ledge grabbing, and then you would copy that. And then you need to find out where Stalker 2 is installed on your Steam Deck. Generally, if I show you where it is on mine, so mine is on my memory card, so it's called LX1 terabyte, LX1 TB. Then it's under Steam Apps, Common, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, Stalker 2 Content, and then we get into packs. And when you get into the packs folder, you want on Stalker 2, you want to make a folder called Squiggle, that squiggly line, mods. Okay, so you want to make that. And also you want to make a folder called mods downloaded, because mods downloaded is where you would then paste that download that you've downloaded. The reason for this is that when you're having to control mods manually, I think it's important to have a place where you place them that isn't in the main game folder, so that you just have an idea of what's going on, rather than just dumping them straight into the mods folder. And what you can do here is you could then extract them and then copy them. Then you could go back up again to the packs folder, go into the mods folder, and then just paste them here. Okay, and then sometimes you want to paste them inside the folder. Sometimes you want to not paste them. There won't be a folder for them to be pasted into. Depends on the particular mod. And that is it. So that's how easy it is. So what you tend to find is with this particular method, it's really easy the first time that you install the mod. And it will probably work if it's a working mod. Where things get tricky is where you have multiple mods downloaded, where they might interfere with each other and try and figure out which ones are causing the problem, and when there's an update to the game which breaks the mod. So the rule of thumb is that if things stop working, just go into your mods folder and then just delete everything that's in there, and then restart the game, and it should work fine. And then what you can do is you can then go back to your mods downloaded folder, And make sure that you've got the latest versions of these. So go back to Nexus Mods and download the latest one. Re-download them over the top of the existing folders here, and then copy and paste them back into that mods folder, and then restart the game. And sometimes you've got to do it one at a time. Often when you go to the description of the mod, it will say, oh, updated for update 1.26 or something like that. And then what you should find is the mods work. Results may vary because, of course, when we're running games on our Steam Deck, we're running in a Linux Steam OS environment rather than a Windows environment that most of these mods were designed for. And as we get the more complicated mods, which do things like adding new areas or new buildings or new guns or new characters to the games, then that may change things. But for now, it's very easy to mod your Stalker 2 or other Steam Deck game installs by doing it manually. But I would say, as a final thing, I would say, remember, for every single mod that you add to your game, you're making it more and more unstable. There's more opportunities for points of failure. And so I'd always say, try and keep it simple. Just use the mods that you really, really want. So, for example, for me, the first two mods that I would install are the 50% weight mod, so that I can carry more stuff, because it annoys me when I can't carry stuff in Stalker 2. And the UE Tools mod, which is the one that enables me to have access to the console. And when you have access to the console, I can then put in commands to go to teleport around the map. Can I teleport? Yeah, you can teleport around the map. And I can go to free cam as well for flying around. It's a bit of a hassle because you're having to do everything with the touchscreen keyboard, but it does kind of work. So there we go. That, my friend, is how you can install Nexus mods onto your Steam Deck for games such as Stalker 2. Go to desktop mode, download them manually, copy them to the correct folder in the game, read the instructions that come with the mod thoroughly and the notes as well, and you should find things work fine. Anyway, what are your thoughts though? If you found this video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course, I'll see you again soon.